Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we're going to be talking about counter-side tutorial pull units. So within counter-side, if you finish the first part of tutorial, it will give you opportunity to pull 10 characters each roll up to 30 times. And you go with one of the 10 pulls that you like the most and start your game with it. And this pull will give you 1 guaranteed SSR units out of 7 different units, I think. It might be different in C server, so I'm gonna have to wait until the C server actually comes out. There are units that you definitely want to go with it within this tutorial pulls, and other units that you might be deciding if you want it or not. I'm gonna make a quick video for this, and I will talk about more in depth for every SSR unit, as well as the future units that will be coming to the C server. But this is gonna be a very short video, so we'll jump in, talk about it, and you can decide what you want when you start the game. But anyways, let's jump into video and talk about all the units within the counter-side tutorial pull. So I made a little bit of the tier list, and you can definitely look at what I have here and see and decide for yourself. But long as you have like 2 units from the must-have section, I think you're pretty much good to go. And then you have to go and pick your defender and healers. And long as you have those 2 options, I think you're good to start the game and pretty much good until whenever you hit the wall. But let's talk about basically the must-have units and what I think is the best. So the best character I think to get from tutorial pull for the SSR choice will be definitely Shaolin. Shaolin is basically the top tier DPS. You can basically use her in any contents as it comes out in the future, like PvE, even early in the PvP as well. So she'll be definitely really good, and I can guarantee you won't regret, using her and raising her. She's a sniper class unit. The only downside she has is she cannot hit the aerial units, but she just go ham on the ground units, and she'll be just doing crazy amount of DPS that no other SSR units can follow up to when she has the opportunity to do the damage. So Shaolin, definitely first choice to go, and she has a lot of good skins too. So if you care about characters with the good skins, yeah, she's definitely on the top of the list. So she has good skills, good stats, good equipment, and she got good skin. So I think she's one of the best characters in this game. And the one beside Shaolin is another SSR unit. She is a ranger class, and her name is Elizabeth Pendragon. And Elizabeth is really good. She is one of the top units as well, especially early life cycle of the game. And she is, I think, more effective within PvP, but she is crazy good in PvE as well. Amount of DPS she can do is pretty insane, and she will definitely carry you a lot of early activities in the game to farm your daily dungeons and other stuff. So she is definitely way to go. She is definitely top of the list. I think she is equally good, in some cases even better than Shaolin. The only downside of Pendragon that I can say is, as the game goes on, there's going to be a lot of new SSR ranger units. There's not that many sniper units that you can look out for, where the ranger is going to have way more options. So she is going to be still good as it goes on in the later. But the thing is, yeah, like I said, there's going to be a lot of different ranger units coming out within the game. So you might feel like you don't really need to use her in a lot of cases. I mean, I feel like I do. But in PvP, I think she is very good to this date in Korea. Unlike Shaolin, where she's pretty much not usable with PvP. But don't worry about the future for now. You want to enjoy the game as it is when it comes out. And Shaolin and Pendragon, I think they're equally very good. And you definitely want to pick one of those as the early game starter. And let's move on to other units. And this is another Chinese name. So Lynchian is very good. If you play the Arc Knights, she's very similar to a certain character in the Arc Knight called the Matto. So every time you summon a unit, it costs you some kind of points that you need to summon them within the field. Lynchian, she has the ability to basically kind of get her cost back, and when she uses her ultimate skill, she's really able to refill your cost very fast and quickly. And the end game contents like the raid boss and other stuff that you're going to be bringing 24 different characters. So, and her ability to recover the costs is going to be very good, because the faster you summon your units, the more DPS you have, and more healers that you can pull out so your units could survive the hits they do. The thing is, she can be farmed pretty early stage of the game. So I mean, it's good to get her right away than to have her a bit later, but there's that option. So then you want to move on to one beside her, which is Sylvia. So Sylvia is very good as well. I would say is a glass cannon. She has 0 stats on defense, so she will die very easily. That's a very big downside of her. And stunning is pretty crazy ability within PvP. So in early life cycle of PvP, she's going to be pretty crazy. If you get stunned by her and all units just like getting stunned for a couple seconds and get killed, you'll be pretty mad. So as the game goes on, there's going to be a lot of units they can take out easily because she has a 0 defense, so she'll definitely use less. But overall, she is very good, you know, cost 3 units that you definitely want to have in early game because she will be also carrying your a lot of activities in early farming stages. So yeah, must have units for sure for SR units. Then we kind of move down onto the bottom. I picked these characters within the Korean server rerolls, so they might be a little bit different within the C server, so don't quote me on this, but they're going to be very good as well. So one with the silver hair, her name is Callan, and she is very good because like I said earlier, Sylvia, how I told you about stunning ability is really crazy good in this game. And she can stun good as her basically, and she is to this date in Korea is after she got buffed, she is basically top ranger I think because she is very low cost, so being 3 cost is very good. Then she can do a stun, then she can do a lot of chain damage with her ultimate. Only bad thing about her is I think you really need to gear her up to see a true potential of her. But anyways, moving on to the next character. She's one of the Japanese character, one of the only Japanese clan character. She has a unique ability to lower enemies' defense, and that debuff is crazy good with encounter side because they can stacks. So there's a couple different characters that can lower defense of enemies, and all those units, all those characters with that ability is gonna have a spot in PvE contents. And like I said, those ability does boost your damage quite big times, and they can stack. So the fact that she has that ability within her basic attack passive skills, yeah, you will use her a lot as you go reach the end game. And the last of the top tier list is Kyle, and Kyle is very good because he can summon this wall, and those walls is pretty tanky, and as the wall drops it will be stunning enemies that's below it. So that's why he's pretty good. And he does pretty good DPS as well, I think. And he's just good. Only thing is he's a male character, so a lot of people not be willing to raise a male character. That's why he's maybe in the top tier list instead of must-have units. But like I said, he is very good. I don't think you want to miss him. If you have him, you will definitely use him in the future. I still use him in some of the end game content, so you will definitely use him as well. Then we move on to ones on the pretty good side, and like I said, I think most of the tutorial pool character like SR, like the ones I listed here, they're pretty much all good. The first one is Sobin, and she is really good. Don't look down on her for being an SR unit because she has one of the top DPS within the game as well. The thing is, you can farm her as well, so don't worry about it. My personal opinion, I don't think you really use her in the early game. But like I said, she has basically top of the DPS within the game. So as you hit her to max level and forward, you'll see how crazy she is. Then we have another SSR units in pretty good section, which is Sahyun. She is really good. She's more support side. When she gets deployed onto the battlefield, she is able to give all your allies attack buff. Anyway, she is really good, and she's a free unit. What else do I need to say? And next SSR units in pretty good section is Shinjiya. Jia is really good, and she's one of the character that you are able to get for, well, not free. You have to pay like $5, I think. It's one of the beginner package, and she comes with the package. So there's that. Anyway, very easy to get units, very good buff to your allies, very good unit. Lion is very good defender. He is SR units. Remember what I said about stunning in this game? He can tank hits, and then he can stun enemies. So that's where his uniqueness as a defender comes. He's supposed to be a tank, but not only he tanks, he's also able to just stun enemies. Only downside is that that ability does not work on like raid bosses, so yeah, there's that. But he is still pretty tanky units, so definitely worth using, definitely worth farming. Go for it. Then we have this 2 supporter units. This witch, her name is Evelyn. Evelyn is crazy good supporter. Her healing ability is insane. The one beside her is Claudia Nelson. Nelson is even better, I think, because she is easier to like level up and increase, like max her stats out and skills out, because she is R grade units and her healing ability is insane as well. The Nelson is actually better, especially in early games, because like I said, it's easier to level up and max her skills out. So Nelson, Evelyn, both crazy healers, both I use it to this day in the Korean server. So yeah, go for those 2 units, and I don't think you need any more healers after those 2. In good section, we got Roy. I think Roy is top of the list as well, because he has ability to lower the defense of enemies, and like I said, they stack, so must have units as you reach the end game to maximize your DPS. And Chinatsu is one of the SSR units you can get, and Chinatsu is okay, I think, and I think it should be included within the C server reroll. If it is not, scratch it out, but she got a bit of less healing compared to Evelyn and Nelson, but she has ability to give you like a defense buff up as she gets deployed onto the battlefield. So they will give you more survivability to your units until that buff runs out. Then when she uses ultimate, also increase the damage of your units. So, but like I said, she's an SSR units. I think those 2 I mentioned earlier will be definitely easier on your resources to level them up and max skills out than Chinatsu. Even if you have her, I think you would definitely want to go with the Evelyn and Nelson first, then move on to next. Last on the list for the supporter is Aries. Aries is really good as well. She has different ability, but she's also a healer. She gives a shield to your allies when she gets deployed on the battlefield, and she gives you shields to your units. She used to be OP in early game of the Korean server, but as other healers like Evelyn got buffed and everything, and other certain SSR units, she's gonna be the one giving you barrier. So I think she's basically lost her spots. But if you have her, I think she's still very good. And I think this sums up the video, and that's pretty much it in my opinion. So get Shaolin, get the Pendragon, get the Lynchian, then get some medics like a supporter. Then I think you're set basically. Those are the things. You want main DPS, you want tank, then you want a healer, and you want Lynchian. If you get those 4 out of your reroll, then you're pretty much set. Anyways, it's time to end the video before it gets too long. Let's end it here. Like I said, get those 4 units and you are pretty much set for early game and the forward. So we'll talk more about the future SSR and other stuffs as soon as possible. I just really gotta sleep, wake up, go to work, and as soon as I come back, go to make more videos out of it and upload it. Anyways, thanks all for watching. This has been Jake. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.